We all think we know what a mermaid is. A beautiful, enchanting creature of the sea, the star of fairy tales and Disney movies. But what if the original story wasn't a fairy tale at all? What if it was a divine punishment? There's a theory rooted in one of history's most controversial texts, the Book of Enoch, that tells a very different story. It's a story of fallen angels, their giant offspring, and the terrifying, hidden fate of the women they took as wives. A secret that might just be waiting beneath the waves. To unravel this mystery, we have to open a book once held in high regard by early Christians, but ultimately deemed too controversial for the Bible, the Book of Enoch. For centuries, it was largely lost to the Western world, but the Ethiopian Orthodox Church had preserved it as part of their official Bible all along. The Book of Enoch is an apocalyptic text filled with visions, prophecies, and a startlingly detailed backstory for the origins of evil. It claims to fill in the gaps from the Book of Genesis, specifically those cryptic verses about the sons of God who took the daughters of men. And it's right here, in this forbidden text, that we find the first clue in a theory about the dark origin of mermaids. The Book of Enoch tells of a group of angels called the Watchers. Their job was simple: watch over humanity. But they didn't just watch, they lusted. 200 of them, led by an angel named Simiaza, descended to earth and abandoned their sacred duty to take human wives. This was a catastrophic violation of cosmic order. From these unholy unions, a monstrous offspring was born, the Nephilim. These were giants who devoured the earth's resources and eventually turned on humanity itself. The world plunged into chaos. But the fate of the giants and the rebel angels is only half the story. The book also mentions a specific, chilling fate for the women who participated. As God prepares to cleanse the world with the great flood, the archangel Uriel reveals the fates of the fallen. The angels will be bound, the giants will be destroyed. And then, in 1 Enoch chapter 19, we find a haunting judgment for the women. The text says, "And the women also of the angels who went astray shall become sirens." Sirens. That one word is the thunderclap at the heart of this entire theory. In classical Greek mythology, the original sirens were terrifying half-bird, half-woman creatures who lured sailors to their deaths. Over centuries, that image merged with folklore of sea-dwelling spirit, eventually evolving into the fish-tailed mermaid we recognize today. The theory isn't that Enoch is literally describing women growing fishtails. It's proposing a curse of transformation. These women, who used their beauty to tempt angels, are now cursed to become monstrous temptresses who lure men to their doom. So what's the full picture this theory paints? It suggests the sin of the Watchers was a corruption so deep that its consequences rippled out, creating multiple forms of monsters. In this view, the curse, turning women into sirens, was a transformation into something neither human nor angelic beautiful, but lethal, forever tied to the watery depths. The sea often symbolizes chaos and the abyss in ancient literature, making it a fitting prison. This theory reframes the mermaid legend completely. It's no longer a whimsical fairy tale, but a deeply coded story of sin and consequence. When sailors told tales of alluring women in the sea who sang them to their doom, perhaps they were unknowingly recounting a fragmented memory of a divine judgment. We started with the fairy tale mermaid, but by digging through controversial texts, we arrive at a theory of a much darker origin. A story not of magic, but of judgment. Not of innocent love, but of a rebellion that scarred creation The theory proposes mermaids could be the tragic, monstrous legacy of the Watchers, a living warning, an eternal echo of the sin between angels and mortals. What do you believe? Is the mermaid myth just a story, or could it be a remnant of a forgotten, ancient truth? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoy exploring the hidden mysteries of our ancient past, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next journey into the unknown.